Hey, this is Ben Mankiewicz along with my pal Rookie Mankiewicz, and Rookie has an important message for you. Lick your balls and subscribe to TYT Sports. So before the show, we were talking about the Bears and the Lions, and we had a heated controversy about an irrelevant point, which is the best kind of controversy, which is whether Matthew Stafford should have been thrown out of the game for the block he made on
DJ Moore
after the interception, after his 9th interception of the game.
We know where you fall by calling it a block.
No, it was a block for which he should have been penalized. He held the block way too long, and I guess he grabbed Moore's face mask, threw him down.
Grabbed is an understatement.
While the play was going on. I mean, we see defensive players do that every single week on a regular basis.
Well, we don't see them grab the face mask and then tear the player down on a weekly basis.
I think you see that play every week in the NFL somewhere, not in every game, but I think you'll see a play like that.
When a quarterback throws down a guy with his face mask?
Doesn't matter who it is.
Position is irrelevant to this. Position has to be irrelevant to the conversation. So it was on a run back after a pick, and then DJ Moore got up like a punk and charged at him. Some balls were charging right at him in front of the Lions bench, charging at the Lions quarterback, and he
thought it was the old Lions.
Right, he was like, it's the Lions.
It's the Lions. I can do whatever I want in front of their bench.
He runs at him, and then right before he's coming, Stafford, Hipple, sees him coming. and sort of lowered his head and took him on. And then the Lions came over and they pulled Moore off, and eventually Moore was ejected and whooped it up to the crowd.
Right.
You guys think that Stafford, Rick, you think Stafford deserves a stronger punishment?
Without a doubt in my mind. I thought he should have got ejected right away. There's a difference between making a block on a guy and then, although you are not a fan of me doing this, I think that it was pure frustration with the horrid performance that he had and 2 pick sixes.
Oh, I don't. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter what.
I think it was frustration. I think if they were having a good game and he were to throw an interception to DJ Moore, he would block him, but he wouldn't grab his face mask and twirl him over.
I think you're right, but that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. That has no bearing on whether he should have been ejected, though, just because it was.
He should have been ejected.
You can't plead out on frustration.
Of course, he was frustrated. You're right. I don't object you to doing that. That we don't read into his intent and be like, oh, you were frustrated, therefore you're ejected. What difference does that make? Guys get frustrated every play.
I mean, this rapist was horny. He was horny.
Yeah, whatever. Intent doesn't matter. It's the crime that matters.
Well, either way, whatever. Regardless, I think he should have been ejected. I thought that it was a terrible penalty, and it's. I just thought it was terrible. I mean, there's no reason to react the way DJ Moore did. I was one of the few ones in the bar that was like, what the hell is he doing?
Oh, so you're watching a bar with all these Bear fans who were all like, whoa, eject him, and you were feeling into it. You're banned from the conversation.
I wasn't, and I agree with Rick, but your argument is terrible.
You're not banned from the conversation.
Okay. I mean, I think that there's a level of blatancy, and it seems very haphazardly imposed. I did not go crazy because Matthew Stafford wasn't ejected, but I looked at the play and I was like, I can't believe he didn't get ejected for that.
But when guys fight and they have a face mask and it's part of a block and they get thrown down, I don't think guys get. I think guys get ejected when we're post play and you throw a punch, and that's our standard for ejection. It seems to me.
I think it could go either way. I thought that he should have been ejected. I just thought there was a level of blatancy to the personal foul. It looked like a personal foul with an aggravated personal foul.
I don't know. I feel like if we start ejecting guys for the manner of the block during the play, we're in a dangerous.
Right, but I don't think this was. Again, I don't really think this was just a block. Like, I thought it was more than a block. But in fact, he wasn't ejected, and more people must agree with you than with me. But I was surprised that he wasn't ejected when it happened.
But obviously a penalty, no question. And then DJ Moore foolishly charged.
Well, that was ridiculous, and maybe that's what made them leave Stafford. They didn't want to give him the same penalty as they gave to Stafford, and they'll probably fine both of them in.
And you could
fine degrees.
And now you go fine him for it. I just don't think you.
Yeah, now they're a little more fine happy than eject happy.
Right, and DJ Moore could be looking, I would think, for that. I don't know how, but that strikes me charging at someone and starting a fight. That he could be looking at a one game suspension, which will really, losing a defensive back like DJ Moore, that will really hurt the Bears' offense.
Not a significant upgrade. It's certainly a downgrade, but Corey Graham playing nickel is still fine with me.
I love how people know so much about their teams.
It's true. They know everything
about their teams. Hi, I'm Ben Mankiewicz along with Rookie Mankiewicz, and Rookie has an important message for you. I have to pee.